So today we're going to be looking at how to play on the flank, some positioning, how to use the minimap, what you're kind of looking for when you're playing the flank. You can push on the flank, you can kite on the flank, and you just got to pay attention to the enemy ships just to know when to do what. So my Bayard gets spotted here, and I assume that it is the channel that I'm looking through here. It could be further out, but not likely here. However, as I go across, I want to make sure I'm flat broadside to incoming shells. I can turn out or in. I see the Musashis fire at me, so I immediately start turning out. I immediately go dark. I know exactly where the line where I went dark, and I know that's where the DD was in that channel. The Bayard's a nice, fast, maneuverable ship, and once I'm dark here, I'm able to work out towards the 10 line, and then I want to kind of work back up the flank till I kind of get spotted, till I figure out what exactly is on this flank, and then I can turn back and kite once I know what is there. If it's very weak on the enemy side here, then I can maybe just keep pushing. The Musashi's behind a mountain for me right now. There's two undetected battleships, a Gneisenau and a Massachusetts. Neither of them are too scary to me, especially the Gneisenau. I dumped these torps just because I don't know where the destroyer is, so I'll just throw those out kind of in a spot where a destroyer might make turns and things like that. And now I see the Gneisenau, and that leaves only the Massachusetts unspotted, as well as 3 of their cruisers. Just because it's kind of an unknown and I do have something in range, I'm going to be turning away from the Gneisenau while I shoot him. I can stop, I can back up to keep fire on him, but if I don't get caught bow in, then it's a lot less risky for me. I get spotted again. Talon is now in my range, and that's probably what's spotting me, but it could be a DD as well, and I do see a Hipper there as well. So the Gneisenau is going to camp that island, so I decided to direct my attention to the Talon and the Hipper. I think I can dodge them both fairly well. The Talon maybe not quite so much. Whenever I can, I usually typically will focus on a tier 8 cruiser without a heal first, because you are going to be able to, every bit of damage you get on them, it's permanent. They're not getting it back. You knock a ship down, people don't really care that it's a tier 8 cruiser that gets killed next time or a tier 9 cruiser. All they know is there's a ship that got sunk next to them, and it makes them start to rethink and do things a little bit differently. So I want to keep all these ships pretty much at my max range. As long as I have a decent target to shoot at, I don't want to get much further than this. Follow those shells in just to kind of see what the ship's doing. He's still going in towards the island. I know I'm not going to get much on him anymore. Talon's playing very cautiously on this side here. He's going back and forth a little bit here, kind of backing up. He's got shots on things, so he's quite happy not to get caught too far in as well. So you want to pay attention to the minimap. You want to see what ships are doing. Here I see that the Gneisenau is starting to turn and come across the top of his cap there, and I've got shots on him. So I would much rather get rid of him because it's going to free up my team a little bit there rather than continuing to spam the Hipper or the Talon. Musashi is definitely continuing to look at me, and I do have torps going past me, which are from the Fletcher. Fletcher gets spotted right here, and it doesn't end well for him. I am able to use my reload booster and land every salvo. He goes down to about 6k, and he doesn't last a whole lot longer after this, that's for sure.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
So at this point, we return back to spamming the Hipper and the Talon and dodging Musashi. Fletcher gets spotted again. He's pretty far away from me and hard for me to hit, and I'm caught in a maneuver here, but he's right in front of my friendlies, and they get rid of him very, very fast. Next up is the Gneisenau. He's coming around here. Now, it takes me a couple seconds here, but I should not be spotted here by any of the ships on this minimap. After about 2 or 3 seconds, I realize there is another ship here. There is a Scon. He's the only thing unspotted, and he is obviously on this flank. Now, his torps go right past me, right here, definitely solidifying that, yes, there's a Scon, but now he's given away his position to me. His support is way back. I am, 19 kilometers away from his supporting ships right now. And I know he's not very far away. I let my detection drop off here. I will go to max concealment, and so now I know that he is within my concealment range, and I know where his torps came from. I enact the speed boost, and we are going to run him down. We know where he is. His top speed without speed boost is 35. Mine's 34. My speed boost is pretty good. I'm likely going to catch him. His second set of torps go past me. This tells me he is turning sideways and not running straight away from me, meaning he is losing speed in those turns, and I'm likely going to catch him quite easily. Now, my biggest problem is with Musashi. I look at him here. His guns are pointing towards the sea cap. He is turning away from me. I can open up. I can go full broadside on the Scon as he gets spotted here and absolutely shred him. He got way too far in front of his support ships, and I'm able to capitalize on that spot here. I am watching my detection marker. If it goes higher than 1, I know one of these ships is looking at me. I don't care if the Hipper looks at me. He doesn't have range. Talon doesn't have range either. The only thing I'm concerned about is the Musashi. So, as soon as he goes down, I'm looking at what the Musashi is going to do. So, now that this engagement with the Scon is ended, I'm only at 12 kilometers from the Musashi because I've been going towards him. He's been coming towards me, and I can't turn out to get away from him. However, there is this island here, and I want to position this island between me and him, and we are going to keep it there until he dies. So, as he came across broadside in front of me, his guns were pointed at me. I made sure that my ship was pointed just about center onto him. Then I can turn in or away from shells if he had his guns reloaded. He didn't, however. And now, with my speed and his lack of speed, I'm going to be able to keep this island in between me and him. No problem. The Hipper and the Talon aren't going to help him with spotting whatsoever. He's got an airplane up, though, which is going to help him a little bit here. So now, I've got a great little island here. I can shoot over it. He can't shoot over it. And I've got good spotting on him. There's nothing he can do. So we're going to keep spamming some HE at him here. Looking for some fires. Constantly looking at what I'm penning, what I'm not penning. And I'm not getting very many pens with the HE here. So I end up switching to AP here as he starts to give me a little bit more angle. I can't quite hit the superstructure just because of where the island is and where I'm keeping it. But he opens up enough and I switch to AP and I get some really juicy salvos on him. Here, I got this reload booster and I just keep this island in between me. He gets one little shot off at me here and he doesn't have much of an island to shoot over and gets about 1 overpin on me before he dies. So basically paying attention to the minimap and the surrounding terrain and kind of planning out how I was going to do things, I'm able to run down that Scon when I realize his support is way too far back, and I'm able to kind of 1v1 this Musashi around this island because he's got no other support because everything that could spot me and help him is way too far back, and I'm able to use that island to my advantage. Anyways, I hope this is of some help to some of you, and we'll catch you next time.